This whole thing is so confusing. Come on. There we go. All right. There we go. Just logged on a little bit late, so I'm going to give it just a moment. We had some technical issues. Yay, technology. Just a couple technical issues, but it's all cleared up, so, we're only about 10 minutes late. Welcome, Eric. Running just a little bit late, had some technical issues to sort out. Should be good now. Bah. Technology. Sometimes it is just so frustrating. But, alright. Hey, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get started. Welcome to Storytime with Faze. Today we're continuing, I think we're on part 7 now? Our part 7, right? Continuing through the visual novel Promises to Keep. It might have been a dream, but I could swear I felt someone pulling a warm blanket over me and softly brushed the fur back from my forehead. I awoke to sunlight, filtering softly through the small basement windows. The air is cooler down here, but pleasantly so. I shed my blankets and sat upright, stretching just a little. A quick glance at my phone tells me I'd been asleep longer than expected. A few hours had passed in what felt like seconds. I spent some time sifting through my notifications, composed mostly of our house group chat turned meme warehouse. In the midst of the poorly In the midst of the poorly edited pictures and looping GIFs, I see a picture of Hunter digging through the fridge sent by Rafi. Someone lose their raccoon? He's literally eating us out of house and home. Send help! The image reminds me both that I haven't seen the others in a while, and that I hadn't eaten anything since last night. After straightening out my bed, I make the easy decision to head upstairs in search of company and some food. I find it readily available in the form of Hunter and Rolfie, snacking merrily away in the kitchen. Ah! Rolfie points an orange paw at me as I emerge from the basement. It's alive! Hunter bursts into a fit of laughter, followed swiftly by a fit of coughing. There you are! You almost missed lunch! Rafi sparkles, pounding Hunter jauntily on the back. Whew. I'm glad I made it in time. Feels like I haven't eaten in ages. Well, Artemis did say the two of you were up around 3 in the morning, so like 9 hours ago? 9 hours? Felt like minutes ago. Hey, no big deal. Hunter chimes in, recovered from his food inhalation. It's not like any of us have anything else. Start over. It's not like any of us have anywhere to go. But what about the repairs? All done! Rafi scoops a handful of chips into his mouth and crunches away. Yep, the window's all boarded up and the den is clear. Ah, man, sorry. I was planning on helping more, but... Nah. I'm glad you saved some work for the rest of us. I'm a little bit miffed you and Artie didn't wake us up, to be honest. Rafi nods enthusiastically. Yeah, it would have been super easy with all of us there. We would have had the gosh. We would have beat the world record for sure. How is he doing, by the way? What do you mean? Artemis. He was pretty shaken up after the blackout yesterday. He seems like he recovered all right, but I wanted to make sure. Probably due to a certain someone. Rafi nudges me playfully with an elbow. Do not blush, no blush, no blush, no blush. To be honest, I have no idea how to handle Artie when he gets upset. But you seem to have a knack for it. I guess. We're pretty similar, that's all. Sure. Just like I said before, you were always the popular one. Bruno, welcome, and happy birthday, Bruno. Alright, whatever you say. I decide to probe a little further. So, you've seen Artemis get mad like that before? Rafi pauses, deep in thought. Only once. I haven't known him that long, but it seems like a rare occurrence. It only happens when he's really stressed. And honestly, considering the circumstances, I don't really blame him. I wonder what the backstory is. He can get pretty snippy, but his heart's in the right place. What about you, Hunter? You doing alright? After the argument you two had? Who, me? Hunter's usual smile arrives on his face, with only the slightest hint of hesitation. Oh, I'm fine. It's not the first time I've been yelled at. And usually the yeller doesn't have my best interest in mind, so... Water under the bridge. At that moment, my phone buzzes. It's a text from Artemis. I'm a little embarrassed at how much my heart jumps when I see the name. Hey Conte, welcome! Yeah, we're part 7 of reading through the visual novel Promises to Keep. If you're interested, you should stick around, share this, blah blah blah. Yeah, it'd be fun. Also, just so you know, you as the audience have to vote on the decisions that we make throughout this story, so you should stick around, Conte. Hey there, sleepyhead. Ah! How are things at the house? I pull up a chair and start working on reply when I see an orange snout in my peripheral vision. Sleeping Beauty. Hey! I jump up, startled, before swatting Rafi away, face red and tail puffy. Faze? What? Are you and Artie? You know. Hunter and Rafi exchange devious glances. Well, I can see the headlines now. Faze, age 26, the only snow leopard to die of embarrassment during the blizzard. Be honest, it's really, really important. Maybe we are? Ha! Ralphie pumps his fist in the air. I knew it! He holds a paw out to an exasperated Hunter, wiggling his fingers and bouncing his eyebrows. Alright. Hunter sighs and starts rummaging through his pockets. It was $20, right? What? No, it was 50. I didn't think it was possible for my face to get any redder than it already was, but here we are. Did you two seriously bet on this? Yes, and I just seriously won. But for real though, I'm happy for you. Artie's a really good guy. Rafi looks at me, then with those wide blue eyes, and some of my heated emotions fade. I'm reminded of summer evenings, looking into those same eyes, hearing the same voice speak different words. I know what Rafi sounds like when he's being sincere. He means it. I can tell he really means it. The emotional moment is undercut only slightly by him accepting a crisp 50 from a peeved Hunter. Anyway, you better respond to that text before he thinks he hates you. Thinks you hate him. Before he thinks you hate him. Dominic, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Oh, shut up. I give Rafi one more well-deserved swat and turn back to my phone. Same old, sitting in the kitchen with Thing 1 and Thing 2. I snap a quick, unflattering photo of Rafi and Hunter as they argue over the last soda. You still at your place? The three dots appear almost instantly. Must have been keeping an eye on his phone. For some reason, that gives me the warm and fuzzies. Nope, out with Theo, checking on houses, etc. Figured we needed to spend some time together after our little pissing contest last night. How is he? Seems alright. Helping other folks makes him feel better. Short break. The three dots appear and then vanish, and then appear again. I apologize again for being harsh last night, and also for all the old man jokes. He just laughed. Gonna be extra nice to him for the next few days, just in case. But anyway, how are you doing, sleepyhead? Much better. I reply, pushing back a nosy Ralphie with one paw and tapping away with the other. I really needed that rest. Not surprising. Could still be leftover fatigue from hypothermia, to be honest. If you start feeling weird again, let Rafi know. He's got medical training, so he can fuss over you if I'm not there to do it. I turn to Rafi, thin face still partially covered by my paw. Artemis just volunteered your medical expertise, in case I start feeling weird again. Of course! His slightly muffled voice is 100% sincere. But wait, what do you mean, again? It's no big deal. I was just... Shuddering, explosive beats, the harsh, burning stench of smoke. A little shaken last night. I don't blame you, Hunter says quietly. Rafi nods in agreement. So, I say, breaking the silence, I'm still curious. When was the last time you saw Artie get really mad? Let's see. It was last summer, I think. I saw him on one of my walks around the city, and he agreed to join me. It was going really well. We were having interesting conversations and everything. And then this jerk ran a red light and nearly flattened me. My eyes widened involuntarily. Whoa, what? You never told me this. It was after graduation. I never really had the chance to. Anyway, I was just paying attention to the crosswalk sign, so I didn't see him. But Artie pulled me out of the way at the last second. He was so furious. I really thought he was gonna chase the guy down the street. He did kind of rip into me a little bit, too. Told me to watch where I was going and all that. And I mean, he was right, of course. If he hadn't been there... I shiver, despite the warmth of the kitchen. I don't want to think about that. He apologized a few minutes after, and even bought me ice cream on the way back. Just a second, everybody, sorry. In a weird way, I feel like it made us closer than we otherwise would have been. And I don't know. Rafi's blue eyes unfocused, deep in thought. I knew he wasn't just angry or annoyed, if that makes sense. He was worried about me. He almost saw me get hurt really bad, and it just freaked him out. Despite his prickly exterior, Artemis cares a lot about the other people. Sometimes I think that's why he acts so aloof, because he doesn't want to reveal how much he cares. He doesn't want to come off as overbearing or clingy. That's just my theory anyway. No, I think you're right. Ollie said pretty much the same thing last night. I think back to Artemis and Theo's argument this morning, noting the similarities to Rafi's story. When the window broke, he was the first to mention getting Theo. Artemis knew he'd want to know, even if it upset him. Yeah, he's a big old softy, really. Rafi laughs, eyes twinkling. Just don't get hit by cars and you should have no problem. I can't speak apparently. Today my mouth and tongues are just tied. Just don't get hit by any cars and you should have no trouble with them. Oh, I bet you'll have him wrapped around your paw in just a few days. Haha. I say sarcastically, stealing some food off Rafi's plate. Is everyone else awake? Was I the last one to emerge today? Yep, even Ollie was up before you. He helped us organize the stuff from the den and put it back in place. I think he's still finishing up in there, actually. Maybe I'll go see if he needs help. I've done enough lying around. If you want, I'll leave some food out for the two of you. Thanks, Rafi. See you two later. Later. Bye. I head back out to the living room, working on another reply to Artemis. Any idea how much longer you two will be out? Why, you miss me already? Maybe I do? That's fair. Maybe I miss you too. Hypothetically speaking, of course. Of course. Theo and I are helping shovel at the moment. Well, more accurately, Theo is helping shovel and I'm also here. Maybe I'll break off and head back after we're done. If you want, I promise there's not much interesting happening here. Good. I've had enough interesting to last a fucking lifetime. Same. Be back in 10 to 15 minutes. See you soon, Furball. I pocket my phone with a smile. The living room looks pretty much the same as usual, with no trace of last night's mess. I stroll past the merrily crackling fire and head into the den, where I find a familiar green dinosaur fussing over the bookshelves. Morning, Ollie. Oh, good morning, Faze. Well, I guess it isn't really morning anymore. Ollie waves a claw lightly. As far as I'm concerned, morning is whenever you wake up. Anyway, how are you feeling? Everyone keeps asking me that. I say, chuckling good-naturedly. I'm fine, really. How'd you sleep? Like a rock? A particularly sleepy rock? Hope it was nice. Long naps like that are 50-50 for me. I either feel invincible or like I just got hit by a truck. There's no in between. I wouldn't say a truck. Maybe a nice minivan? Oh, okay, I see. Very manageable. Ollie giggles softly and takes a seat in one of the Ollie giggles softly and takes a seat in one of the tongue twister for me at the moment. I'm gonna do it one more time, guys. Ollie giggles softly and takes a seat in one of the repositioned armchairs. That's what we're doing. Hello, Thor. Welcome, Thor. I nestle into the other chair, tucking my legs underneath me on the big cushion. Still, though, I'm glad you were able to get some extra shut-eye. To be woken up so early after a night of drinking. If I were in your position, I would have been a puddle of slime. All my atoms would have disassociated from each other and scattered into the ether. Honestly, I feel like I came pretty close to doing just that. Still, though, the three of you did some good work, and so fast, too. I mean,
Pretty much everything was already done by the time the rest of us woke up.
All thanks to Theo and Artie.
You're selling yourself short, you know. You've been through so much in the past few days. It's honestly impressive that you could stay so positive.
I shrugged, not really knowing how to respond. I certainly don't feel impressive.
I'm sorry, FaZe.
What for?
I'm just sorry that all this has happened to you. You don't deserve it. You deserve much, much better.
Ollie, you're such a sweetheart. I mean, I guess, yeah, maybe. I scrubbed the fur on the back of my head, blushing slightly. But how often in life do we actually get what we deserve? Oops, wrong thing to say. Time to change tack. Overall, though, it could be much, much worse. At least I have you all to worry about me. Hellhound's car, hi, welcome. That brings a smile back to his face.
Oh, definitely. Between the five of us, you've got no shortage of worries. Because, as you know, worrying about a problem hard enough fixes it.
Ollie giggles at his own joke, nestling further into his chair. It strikes me that I haven't seen him look this comfortable before. He must finally be settling in here. My bubbling curiosity finally starts to boil over. There probably won't be a better time to ask this, so here goes. Hey, speaking of worries, can I ask you something about Artemis? Ollie tilts his head, blinking curiously at me.
Sure, probably. Anyway.
You said you met Artemis in college, right? Ollie nods, clacking his claws together quietly. Hellhound, I'm doing really good. Thank you for asking.
Yes, it was my junior year, I think.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but how do I approach this? What exactly do I want to ask? What was he like back then? The dino is silent for a few long moments, but the claw clacking continues.
He was wilder, more restless than he is now. He had this manic energy about him, and he was always moving. Like he was afraid to slow down.
The dino's voice changes. The dino's voice changes, deepens. His usual flighty tone solidifies and takes on a new musicality.
But he was kind and sweet, and a good listener just like he is now.
Yeah, I do my best to keep my voice steady and nonchalant. I bet he had lots of friends. Ollie's brow darkens and his claws freeze mid-clack. His face twists into the closest approximation to anger I've seen him express.
I wouldn't call them friends.
His words are quiet and soft-spoken, but I can feel the thrashing, roaring energy caged just behind them. Ollie doesn't elaborate. His eyes are fixed on something long past. I push a little further. Hellhound, yes, I am, and thank you. Aw, thank you so much. Hellhound, actually, here in a couple hours, I'll be doing a live stream as well, in suit. So you're welcome to hang out. I take it they weren't good to him?
No, not at all.
The venom in his words stirs the air, smoldering and spitting like thick, choking smoke, like a bright, sparking flame.
They used they used him when they wanted to, ignored him when they didn't. Kept him chained to them
Like a bird in a cage. Somewhere I heard the cold, sonorous sound of an iron door swinging shut. No, wait. It was.
Oh, that's the front door.
Ollie jumps to his feet in an instant, claws once again fiddling at high speed.
Listen, FaZe, I would appreciate it if,
I won't tell anyone, I promise. Just like last time, we never had this conversation. Relief spreads across his face.
thank you. I'm literally such a chatterbox, I'm sorry.
Ollie's stream of apologies are cut short as the bird himself strides into the room, still shaking snow off his clothes. Speaking of chatterboxes, I'm back. So I see. I was just helping Ollie get things settled in here. Sure, yeah. His eyes twinkle. Bet you were helping a lot from that armchair. I immediately stand up, sticking my tongue out at the sassy bird.
How are things out there?
Ollie blurts out, clearly eager to change the subject. Believe it or not, there's a lot of snow. Artemis pulls off his beanie and shakes it out, running a talon through his tousled hair. Theo's still out there. Theo's still out and about, of course. But my arms hurt and I'm tired. He looks it. He's definitely been awake since the incident this morning. I'm starting to feel guilty about my nap. Maybe we can just chill for a bit without any more major historical events. Sure. Wrong voice.
Is it alright if I join you two?
Artemis blinks at him. Of course, Ollie. What made you think I wasn't inviting you?
Oh, ha!
Ollie's eyes flick. Ollie's eyes flick to me.
Just being silly, I guess.
There's a novelty. Artemis says gently, shoving his warm beanie back into place. Is it okay if we go back down to the basement? I know it's a little chilly down there for you, Ollie.
Artemis, please. I'll be fine.
That's cool with me. You can pick up a snack from the kitchen if you need. Nah, I ate. One of the neighbors paid for our shoveling services and sandwiches. Oh no. Wouldn't it be easier if everyone just paid for everything in sandwiches? Imagine it. A sandwich-based economy.
I mean, depending on what kind of sandwich, it would probably spoil, and you wouldn't be able to carry very many at once, so I'm really not sure that...
Artemis holds up a talon to shush him, face alight with mirthful exasperation. didn't mean literally. Imagine it. Look, never mind. Forget I said anything.
Oh. Right, sorry. Even with the limitations I mentioned, though, it would probably still be preferable to our current economy.
Amen to that. We make our way across the now familiar house, heading for the basement. So, did you have anything in mind? Any activities? Nope, nothing at all. Honestly, running out of ideas for things to do here. The cabin fever is setting in already.
Artemis,
Yes?
would you mind putting on one of your playlists?
I could. Don't know if you'd be interested, FaZe. Ollie turns to me excitedly.
Artemis has incredible music taste. He's introduced me to so many artists over the past few years. Before I met him, I was just kind of listening to the same video game soundtracks over and over again.
And like I told you back then, there's nothing wrong with that. Sure, you can put on a playlist. Honestly, it'll be nice just to sit and vibe out for a while. Artemis sets up a Bluetooth speaker as I scroll through his formidable music collection. What kind of mood do I want right now? Alright, everybody, this is for you to vote. Alright, this is for the listeners on TikTok, and for those of you over on the YouTube, you've got to vote. Which one of these three options? Enrichment for my enclosure? Chat, is this real? Or mimetic hazard, do not click. Or meme tick hazard, I don't know. Hellhound, no, I do not have an answer for you on that. I'm sorry. Alright, over on TikTok, we've got a vote in for the bottom one. Okay, Yo-Yo, Eric, both of you are saying the bottom one. Joe, you gotta vote. We gotta vote for Is This Real over on YouTube. Alright, we're gonna close the vote in 3, 2, 1. Alright, looks like overwhelming votes for mimetic hazards do not click. Let's see what this choice does. Without a doubt, this is the longest, foulest, most brain-warm, riddled meme song playlist I have ever seen in all my days. What? Nothing. I can see you judging me over there. Good. I'm glad. I press play. The Bluetooth speaker begins booming out a particularly famous song from a particularly infamous band. One that starts with S and rhymes with mash mouth. Artemis immediately facepalms. Ollie, however, begins bouncing in his seat, giggling up a storm.
Oh, yay! You picked out one of my favorites.
This is the last time I hand you the metaphorical ox. You know you love it, Artemis. I do not. Yes, you do. You're tapping your foot. I am not. Hey, this is your playlist. You wrote this.
Honestly, so many of these songs were good even before they became memes. But their meme status kinda supercharged them, made them stick in our collective memory as a society, but often in a way or context that is completely different from what the artist intended. It's a little weird to think about, really. I'm not sure there was anything quite like a meme song before the internet.
That's a decent point. Yo-Yo, the game name is Promises to Keep. The closest thing I come up with are songs used in movies, TV, and advertisements. That's fair. Like that one song in the late 90s movie about the meteor. I can't remember the names of either right now, but that's probably for the best. I'm not sure you're actually allowed to say the titles out loud anymore. Ha ha, fourth wall break. Huh? What do you mean? Don't worry about it.
You make a good point, though, Artemis, when you mention TV and movies. I guess I have a new counter argument. Whenever someone tries to claim that the internet has made us dumber as a species.
Oh, if anyone says that, they're 100% full of shit. We've always been this stupid. As proven by literally millennia old graffiti found at archaeological dig sites. It's all lewd drawings and archaic your mom jokes. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Oh, yeah, another good point. That's wild to think about. The fact that we still read stupid shit written by people thousands of years old. Just think of all the insane garbage people will uncover from our time. What will what will archaeologists from the year 4000 think of vines? Or that one meme that's just the letter E.
That's honestly not the worst legacy we could leave behind. At least it's harmless.
True, very true.
By the way, are you keeping an eye on the time? Weren't you going to host that online game night this evening?
Oh shit!
Ollie jumps up from his comfy spot on the couch and his phone catapults off his lap onto the floor.
Ah, fuck!
He scoops it up and starts for the stairs, waving a hasty goodbye at the two of us.
Good talk! You too, sorry, I'm rambling so much. Okay, goodbye, I'm already late.
He vanishes up the stairs in a flurry of claws and feathers. What a guy. Yes. Ollie's probably my favorite person in the whole world. Artemis' tone is completely sincere. I think I can see why. Good. I'd honestly be concerned about our compatibility if you couldn't. Ollie's departure slows the conversation to a comfortable halt. Time passes as the music plays on. Artemis and I silently enjoy each other's company, speaking only to request a specific song, or to skip one. And before either of us know it, night falls. Long after the daylight vanishes and the house lights come on, I look up from my phone to see Artemis sliding on his boots, clearly preparing to go outside. Hey, you heading out? He startles slightly, almost like he forgot I was there. Yes. His voice is clipped, purposely flat. Nomener, welcome. And hi! Just for a minute or two, feeling a little Stir crazy, I guess. He won't meet my eyes. He turns his back to me and rifles through his bag. I'll just be gone a few minutes. He stuffs something into his pocket, shoulders stiff and secretive. A flash of memory, the chill of a cold metal railing, the spark and flare of a small, controlled flame. Oh, going out for a smoke? He freezes and finally turns to face me, face flushed with surprise and guilt. Shit, was I really that obvious? I chuckle softly. Lucky guess. I slide my legs off the couch and tuck my phone away. Mind if I come with? You smoke? No, just thought I'd keep you company. He wrestles with a thought for a moment. Okay, fine. Just don't stand downwind of me. The two of us suit up and head to the living room. Artemis holds the door open for me as we step outside onto Theo's front porch. At this point in the evening, the wind is quiet. The wind is quite mild, gently stirring my fur and clothes. The dim shine of the stars and street lamps is magnified tenfold by the snow, rendering the whole street visible. Artemis lets out a breath I didn't realize he'd been holding. He leans against the railing of the porch, looking out over the soft, white ocean beyond. He pulls a fresh pack of cigarettes from his pocket, plucking one out with slightly trembling talons. He stops, though, right before lighting it, and turns to me. Don't ever do this, okay? I laugh good-naturedly, shoving my paws into my hoodie pockets. Okay, deal. I'm not kidding. The lighter flares up, reflecting off his flinty eyes, and the first sinus tendrils of smoke swirl away into the night sky. I've been trying to quit for 5, almost 6 years now. I do pretty good during the warmer months, but he ashes the cigarette lightly and deliberately into a small pocket ashtray. My eyes catch the glimmer of words carved into its silver surface, but he tucks it away again before I can make them out. When the winter rolls around, something about the cold, I miss it. It makes me miss it. And the feeling comes and goes too. It's never predictable. When I'm bored, when I'm anxious, hell, when I see someone else smoking, even if it's just in a movie or whatever, I itch. He releases a thin stream of smoke from his delicately curved beak. It sucks. His tone turns steely, sharp with frustration. I hate it. It's a shitty, expensive, disgusting habit. It's horrible for you. It makes your breath stink. It makes you smell like shit. It cleans out your bank account. And I fucking love it. I love the way it feels, and the way it makes me feel, or the way it makes me look when I smoke. I know I look good. I stop worrying about it. And it cuts my anxiety like almost nothing else. When the power went out yesterday and everyone was running around talking over one another, I was panicking. I was panicking pretty hard. And I just kept thinking about the pack hidden away in my bag. My holiday gift to myself. Another soft, loving drag. I watched him savor it like it was his last breath on earth. I held out until now. I just can't help it. Whenever I leave it behind, I want it back. And that's why I'm standing out here in the cold like an idiot. Like all the other idiots who stand out in the cold, quite literally burning through their lives like candle wax. It's a mistake I make over and over again, which of course makes it a choice, not a mistake. He falls silent then, watching the ethereal smoke curl around the stars in wide, shifting loops. And in turn, I watch it curl around him, around his slender face, across his neatly tousled hair. I watch his talons, sleek and dexterous, the gentle way they handle that wretched little cylinder. The gentle way they handle that wretched little cylinder. He holds it so tenderly, and it hurts him so deep. It's not fair. With a gentle sigh, he leans forward onto the metal railing of Theo's porch, eyes cast skyward into the infinite forever. I join him, savoring the soft, insistent chill of the snow-kissed iron. Aww. I've changed a lot over the past few years. His voice is small, hushed, like a kid telling a secret, its usual easy melody nowhere to be found. His eyes remain fixed on the night sky, on the barest sliver of moon showing through the clouds. Gone through the lengthy process of reorientating my life, pretty much from scratch. I'm proud of how far I've come, but sometimes it just feels like I'm running away from myself. Like I'm a shadow, tethered to a post. And no matter how far I stretch, I can't ever break free. A shadow, just passing through life in the periphery. As stable and as solid as smoke. As the frosty clouds we breathed in winter. Artemis. How's that for depressing? He turns back to me with a sorry excuse for a half smile, clearly desperate to lighten the mood. I softly clear my throat and oblige him, ignoring my heavy heart. I've heard worse. I bet you have. Even my trauma is mild. He lets out a slightly forced laugh and stubs out the ashy remains. The pack disappears into his pocket and then reappears. He lights up a second. I'm gonna be really annoying here and say it again. Don't do this. Hey, look at me, okay? His voice turns urgent now, almost desperate. I need to know you're listening. Smiling softly, I humor him, meeting his dark, fervent eyes. I am a bad influence. Do better than me. Okay, Artemis. I'll do better than you. I'm serious, you know. Yes, you've been very clear about that. Just 'cause I feel like I always come off as sarcastic, cynical little shit, so when I'm being legitimately genuine, I got really lay it on thick, you know? Yes, I hear you. I hear you. In fact, I'm hanging on every word. With a stiff nod, he finally turns away. Okay, awkward PSA over. We can be normal again. What do you mean, again? When were we ever normal? That gets a real smile out of him. Fair enough. That's definitely my fault. I've never been any fun to flirt with. I always take it so seriously or not seriously enough. He sighs He sighs theatrically and shoves his talons in his pockets, smoke dangling lightly from his beak. I'm just not very easy to love, that's all. My heart almost breaks right there and then. I just can't keep quiet after a line like that. Oh yeah? For once I speak before thinking, before censoring, before pulling away. And who told you that? He turns to me then, honest surprise on his face. My mind is rent by flashes of ripped black jeans and a large toothy smile, so unbearably vivid, I have to believe he sees them too. Who made you believe that about yourself? I hold his gaze. When you say those words, who is speaking through you? He turns away as we both notice the beginnings of tears. Point taken. I'll mull that one over. But I think I have an answer. It's clear from his tone that he has no intention of telling me. Not here. Not now. That's okay. Take your time, Artemis. I'm not going anywhere. The silence stretches comfortably on, muffled and wrapped in the glow of winter. He chuckles, and the sound echoes in waves around us before burying itself in the snowdrifts. He definitely plucks the cigarette from his beak. What you thinking about? A song? I would sing it for you, but... He gestures back towards the house, eyes alight with humor once more. I don't want to break any more of Theo's windows. That gets a laugh out of me for sure. Your voice can't be that bad. Oh, no, it is. Well, same question then. Who told you that? Hey, that line only works once a night. Besides, I gotta maintain some self-loathing. It's basically my brand. Anyway, with a more violent motion than strictly necessary, he stubs out the half-burnt smoke and tucks it neatly into the pocket ashtray. I catch only one word carved into its surface before it vanishes again. Love. That's enough, he says firmly, more to himself than me. We can go back inside now. I'm freezing. So you do get cold. He gives me a look. Yeah, of course I do. Well, you don't dress like it. Fair enough. We cross the porch and bundle back through the doorway. Two flickering shadows, leaving only the barest of impressions behind. I turn for one last look, and my eyes rest on the single, brave streetlight, casting its lonesome shadow on the world beyond, world below. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in and listening and voting. We're going to stop there today. Um, boosh, boosh. Ken, thank you so much, everybody. It was awesome. If you're interested in question of the day, chill with Phase, it'll take place in about an hour from now, just on the TikTok channel. So hopefully I'll see you there, and you can chill and hang out. Otherwise, don't forget to please like, share, and subscribe. If you're also interested in furthering helping the show of Storytime with Faze or any of my other content to further itself, be bigger, be better, and support me, you can also take a look at my link tree where you can find access to my Patreon and my mini membership options that are some of them very affordable. But until next time, I look forward. You all have a wonderful time, and we'll see you all later. Bye.